May the words of my mouth and the meditations of all of our hearts be always acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Please be seated. When I was young, and I hope it was the same for you, Christmas was the most magical time of the year. The tree, the lights, all the decorations, the anticipation, staying up for midnight mass, beautiful spaces filled with flowers and candles and music that just might have come from the angel choir itself. Whatever sense I have of the mystical, of thin places, comes at least in part from these memories of Christmases past. But it's easy as we grow older to get so caught up in the busyness of getting ready that we lose our sense of wonder, unable to see beyond our to-do list to connect with the magic and the mystery that is Christmas. Miracles are easily overlooked. There's a Facebook meme that says, "We live on a blue planet that circles around a ball of fire next to a moon that moves the sea. And you don't believe in miracles?" Miracles are all around us, all of the time. The birth of any child is a miracle, and one of the times when we can connect to just how close God is to us all the time. But at this time, we celebrate the birth of the child who comes to remind us once again just how much God loves us. Midnight on this day becomes the single still point where the divine and the secular, heaven and earth, God and man intersect. Christmas Eve is the moment of sacred time that all Christians in the world can point to, and sacred time that people can live into. Birth brings the unknown to us. In the birth of Jesus, God comes into our world directly, humanly, messily. In Jesus, God opened the door between heaven and earth. God leaves that door open even today. We can push it shut from our side, but God, through Jesus, promises that He never will. Christmas Eve reminds us of that promise. The magic and mystery of this night act as reminders to each of us that God keeps calling to you and to me to come home, to live as the beloved children that we are. We are called to stand in that stable in awe and wonder that this child would be born as a human child, even in a stable, to live and to love us into our true place in God's kingdom. In the words of poet Anne Weems, in each heart lies a Bethlehem, an inn where we must ultimately answer whether there is room or not. When we are Bethlehem bound, we experience our own advent in His. When we are Bethlehem bound, we can no longer look the other way, conveniently not seeing stars, not hearing angel voices. We can no longer excuse ourselves by busily tending our sheep or our kingdoms. This Advent, let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that the Lord has made known to us. In the midst of shopping sprees, let's ponder in our hearts the gift of gifts. Through the tinsel, let's look for the gold of the Christmas star. In the excitement and confusion, in the merry chaos, let's listen for the brush of angels' wings. This Advent, let's go to Bethlehem and find our kneeling places. So this Christmas, may we revel in the story of that first Christmas when love was born in a stable in Bethlehem. May we know the joy of that very same love being born into our lives this Christmas, at every Eucharist, in everything that we do. Because God has flung open the door between heaven and earth, and God means for all that we do to be a celebration of our relationship with Him. God means for everything that we do to be holy. May you have a joyous and blessed Christmas.